I'm Batman. And when I'm not fighting crime or the Joker, I'm doing nickel hunts. Nickel treasure hunts from boxes. Looking for coins to fill my collection. Do you want to go on a hunt with me? All right. Hi, this is Silver Chupacabra. This is Silver Chupacabra, or AKA Jeff. Sometimes once in a while, play a crime fighter of some sort. Sometimes I like to just be silly. And that was a good, fun way to start this. So, here today, looking to find some nickel treasures. Love to find and fill out the rest of this collection. What have we got? Looks like 13 spots. That side is filled, so we don't worry about that side anymore. But the primary collection point is looking pretty good. I mean, of course, I wouldn't say no to a Buffalo nickel or a V nickel. That V nickel that I got a few hunts ago is feeling a little bit lonely. And if a shield nickel happened to visit and I fainted, well, that would be kind of eventful too, wouldn't it? Anyway, here are the openings and the usuals here. The 1550D, 45S. It's very findable. That's another thing. I have not found a silver nickel for the last couple of hunts. So I would like to get back onto that train. Plenty of silver still there. Let's all remember that, no, that's a silver, not a steel. And then those coins from the early 30s. Still have not found that 38. And they're all relatively low mintage, but still. What am I going to find today? I'll be interested to find out. Let's go ahead. I'm going to have to ask Batman to leave, and we'll look to see if the Enders have anything to say about it. Okay, so on the holes side of things, it's always kind of hard to see with the nickels. But the one thing I do notice as I go through here, I am seeing some of at least the older Jefferson heads, maybe not necessarily from 40s and 50s, but at least the one, you're seeing the portrait, but you're not seeing, both of his eyes. Those newer ones, you can see both of his eyes and I'm not really seeing much of that. I'm seeing some of the older portraits. Anyway, let's see, open up that top and see if we can see anything there. Okay, so I've taken off the top, and I'm seeing a little bit of a variety here, but I'm actually seeing some older looking portraits here. No, I don't see any buffalo nickels. Those are inside. That one has a little bit of an older tinge to it. Oh, definitely. Look at the wear on that one. What number is that? That'll be number 14 of this hunt. I'm betting dollars to donuts that's at least 59 or older there. And donuts don't cost dollars anymore, so that saying really doesn't mean a whole lot. What do you say? Want to get to it? Let's do it. Okay, roll 3 of the nickel hunt. And it looks like we've got a 1947. I'll roll it that way. Definitely that. Let's see if we've got a mark going with it. We do not. 1947, Philadelphia. Check the rest of the roll. See if we got any other finds. Okay, roll 7 of the box. And I actually haven't went down with the magnifying glass yet. I noticed this ender looked pretty old here. So let's see if I was right or if I was wrong. I was correct. 1947. Nice. I've already found a Philadelphia from 1947, and it looks like 1947 out of San Francisco. Awesome. Looks like we need the 47D for the full mintage of that year. I'll go through this with the magnifying glass and see where I'll let you in at the end if I find anything else, basically. Roll 8 of the nickel bar cent, and I may or may not have a find here, but we're going to find out. This one right here, I notice there's a D there. And that right out the bat means that it's at least 1964, but it could be older. Now, we already get enough 1964s. I don't think we need another one here. So, let's just say 1938D. How about that? Sure does look old, I'll tell you that. 49, cool. So this is the third one we got in the 40s. That is a 1949 out of Denver. Look at Thomas Jefferson with his orange U around him. Ooh. I tell you what, I think I'll look through the rest of this and bring it back if we find anything. Okay, we are on roll 9, and one of the biggies is popped up in the roll. Let's go ahead and get down to it and see if you can spot it before I say anything. Hint, hint, it is not a Jefferson nickel. What? You mean that one right there? No, that's a Jefferson. No, I'm just kidding. Yep, Buffalo nickel is there. Let's see, 3 feathers there. Yeah, we do know it's not a variety. Let's see what we got on the date here. Yeah, it's pretty warm, but I actually can see the date. It is a 20 there, 1920. I wonder if we'll be able to check out a mint mark here if possible. Actually, the backside's in a little bit better shape. Yeah, no mint mark. So, 1920 out of Philadelphia. Whew! Love finding buffaloes. By the way, I'd love finding V-nickels and shield nickels too. I wouldn't turn them down. You know what? I still have to go through this roll, so let me check it out. We'll be back if I find anything. Okay, 10th roll. And after going through a lot of coins, I thought, wow, these are really going to be old, and they're like from the 80s. Finally, something at the end of roll 10 looks nice. I get a lot of these, 1939. Pretty worn, and usually the whole deal with this is anytime it's pretty worn, it's going to be without a mint mark. But hope springs eternal. Let's find out. Real quick look to see if the R's got a hole in it. I do not see that. I do not see a die crack going from the top down to the bottom on the cello. So probably not a Henny nickel, but I'll weigh it. I'll let you know. Okay, I just laid out roll 12, as you can see, for yourself. And right up 6 nickels in. And spot a mint mark on the back end of Monticello there on the reverse side. Of course, it could be a 64D, which is probably one of the most ones that comes out the most. But it could be older. Let's see if we've got anything, or is it just one big fail? Went the wrong way with that. Oh, look at that. It's a 1964. Never seen that before. Of course, I will check this for a repunched mint mark. So I'm going to put that over to the right. Let me go through the rest of this pile, and I'll bring you back if we find anything. Roll 14. When we had started this adventure, I mentioned that it ended on roll 14, which is this first one. I have not looked at it yet. It looked like it was going to be a nice old one, and I was going to bet dollars to donuts on that. So the question is, well, I don't know how I would actually win. Even if I won the bet, it's like I wouldn't get anything out of this. Let's see if it is older than the hills. Well, I mean, it isn't. At least it isn't 82 or something like that. 61's actually pretty darn old. That's 62 years old, for heaven's sakes. While we're at it, even though I don't really need to, it's a Denver, which makes a lot of sense. I've still got this whole thing to look through, so I'm going to go at it. I'll bring it back if I find anything. Okay, we are up to the 20th roll, and obviously since 10 was the last time we found something, it's been a bit dry on the second 10 here, but who am I to complain after the first 10 and getting a Buffalo nickel? Yeah, it could have been better. So I can complain on it a little bit. Anyway, laid out of the roll, and as I was going through it with my trusty magnifying glass, another 1947. It's an interesting year to be stuck on here with this. But there we are, a little pinkish on the toning hues. Will it be Denver? Will we finish out the complete minute cycle with 47? And it is a Denver! Yes! Of course, I don't need any of the 47s, but it's still kind of cool to actually hit all the 47s. Well, I've still got a bit to go through. I'll come back if I find anything. So we are at roll 24, and I've not spread the roll out yet. I have to look at the one that's just all red. It's just very interesting. Usually these are newer ones, but something that red just is screaming for me to look at, whether it's new or not. Doesn't matter to me. Let's see what day we have on that. Is 1949. Wow. I mean, it's got that little reddish orangish tone, just like the other one. I did find a Pennsylvania one earlier. This one is not quite known. I want to put that under the scope real quick. As it was unclear about the 49, I want to make sure it was a 49 first. Let's go ahead and turn around. Let's see if we can figure out that mint mark a little bit easier. No, much easier there. It would be Denver, 1949 from Denver. I'm going to spread that roll out. I'll bring you back in if we got some. So we are on roll 29, and I've just taken off the wrapping. And as you can see, there's one that sticks out like a sore thumb. Not a store thumb. It just looks like it's dirty. Yeah, like I said, a lot of the new ones come out like this, but let's check it anyway. Could be a fail, and that's alright. Turn it this way, and wow, it isn't. It's actually a Civil War nickel. It's got the big S up on the top there. Yeah, nobody drew that on, so wow, surprise, surprise. Was not expecting this. Let's see if the date is equally as interesting. Oh, 1945. She definitely is in Euclid shape, but hey, take a Civil War nickel anytime we can here. Okay, still on roll 29. I've laid it out. And I noticed a couple of interesting coins we check on. You guys should be able to see the D on the back there. Most likely 64, but could be older. You never know. And yes! It's a 1964. But I will be checking that for a repunch there. But I did notice one of these. Looks like it's another 64 there. But that's a definite there. You can't miss the 41. 41 Pennsylvania, there's a lot of them made, but tend to get a lot of the mint marks too. Let's see what we got here. No mint mark is Philadelphia. I will return because I still have a lot of coins, but this one's already been pretty exciting so far. Let's see if we can get any more finds out of this. I'll bring you back if it is. Hey, roll 30 is up to bat. I've laid it out. I've already went through the glass, which means that I've got something poking its head out right there, somewhere near the front. 1948. Definitely have found all the 47s and a couple 49s. Which earlier I might have said one of them was Philadelphia, but they were both Denver. Anyway, there it is, 1948. Do we have a mint mark? We do not. So, 1948 out of Philadelphia. Hopefully I'll be coming back with another find. I did see a couple of interesting looking coins, but I decided to not pull them out quite yet. But if you do have a find, we'll bring you back. Okay, still on roll 29 or 30, excuse me. Too many Christmas. This was the middle of the roll. Still got a little bit to go here. 1959. And of course, the Denver mint mark is there. Once again, come back if we find anything else in this roll. Okay, we are on to roll 31, and I've already got the roll spread out itself. And as I'm going down the line there, I'm spying another one of these. It's got a D mint mark in the back, so at least 64 or older. I'm going to bet some donuts again. I am betting dollars to donuts that this is a 1964. And here's why. That rim. Anytime I see that kind of a deep, sharp rim on it, it's usually, I think they made 2 batches of 64s. And the second half of 64, maybe they even put them out in 65. They put out these ones with these just massive, sharp rims on them. Bulky, however you want to even state it. Let's see. Do I get my dollars? Oh my gosh! So, it's a 1958 Denver. So I lose, but I win. Huh, interesting. Somebody's going to get $1 or some donuts or $1. I get the 1958 Denver. Yeah, it's a find. I will check out the rest of the roll and see if there's anything happening. Okay, roll 32 is on the mat. And this box just keeps on coming up with awesome finds. After the last nickel it had, and I had to actually add a nickel box, this one is making up for that with a whole lot. I just found a Silver War nickel earlier, and I'm kind of wondering, let's see. It must be new, right? No, it is not. That is, folks, 1942. And that definitely has the tone. Look how nice that is, by the way. Looks brand new. Except for, some black marks there. We know if we find the big mint mark, we've got a Silver War nickel. And there she is. 1942 out of Philadelphia. Even a little bit of stairs there, but not really a whole lot. I would question whether I would get MS on it, but if you remember, this came about 2 or 3 nickel box hunts back. It doesn't look much different, to be honest. They're both from 1942. This one I'm actually sending to PCGS to get graded. Doubt if I put this in there, but you never know. We'll come back, because we do have a little bit more to check. I'll come back if there is something new. Okay, on to roll 33 of the box. And this won't be an old find, but I've already found a couple of these. This one I found actually a lot earlier. I just didn't say much about it, but since I found a second one, it's probably in better condition, which I find hard. These are both 1965s. But I tell you what, these are pretty darn close to being brand new. There's not much missing there when it comes to marks and things like that. And that one actually is prettier. And I do see a few stairs on there. I don't think they're complete, though. I'd be able to see a little bit more than that. Anyway, I thought I'd show those to you. It's just kind of interesting when you're finding, 65, 66, and 67. They're all Phillies. That a couple of just brand new ones come out, and you're always seeing them in just, worn out condition. Anyway, we'll get on to roll 34 pretty quickly. Roll 34. Just kind of started checking some things out and came across that beauty. If I can do that without a shadow. That is 1958. Really nice shape, by the way. Oh, I'll bet that it's Denver. But still, it's in real nice shape. Coins coming out of here, for the most part, look pretty nice. Let's check out the rest of the roll. Come back in if I find something. So I'm on roll 39, and this box continues to give up great coins. I'd already set up the coinage here, was going down with my magnifying glass, and looky there, second to the last. That, my friends, is another Buffalo nickel. This is the second one from this box. There is a mint mark. Not quite sure if that's a D or an S. I'm going to have to scope that part. The obverse is a little bit breaking through, but that definitely needs scoped. Let's check it out. Okay, so the date scoping out does not come out very well. I'm going to have to probably nicodate it. Reverse, however, is pretty clear. It is AD. Let's find that nicodate. Okay, so nicodating it definitely helped out. It is a 1917 Buffalo nickel minted in Denver. I believe it's just a little bit under 10 million made of these. I do see a third feather, so it's not a 2 feathers variety, and I've already looked at the back. It is not a 3.5-legged buffalo. So, just a common, ordinary 10 million minted 1917 Denver Buffalo nickel. This box continues to make me love it and love it and love it. Check the rest of the roll. On to roll 40. Yep, 40. Almost done. We got 10 more rolls to go here, but I've laid out the 40th roll here. And I noticed as I was going through, right there, D-mint mark. You know, I've placed their bets on whether this is a 1964 or older. I want to say it's older, actually. This thing has an interesting wear pattern here. You're such a loser. But no complaining here. I'll check for the rebunch mint mark. I can't sit here and complain for what is already came with this box. So anyway, last boxes, I could complain about the 64 days. Not this time around. Anyway, I will look through the rest of this roll and see if we can pick up any finds. Roll 44. That is where we are at. Just laid down the nickels and went through the magnifying glass, and I spotted that beauty. 1955. Now, if it's out of Philly, it's a semi-key date. If it's a Denver, it's a nice nickel. I don't know how else to put that. And it is out of Denver. Nice. It is the 19th find on the board of this great box that I've had the privilege to hunt. I will come back if I find something else in this roll. Okay, the 45th roll of the hunt. And I just laid out and took a magnifying glass to the setup. And I've got actually 2 reverses with D's on it. Should be able to see it right here and right here. So, start setting odds on both of these being 64. What are the odds? No, I'm not going to bet any donuts this time. That would be a 41. Wow, cool. 41D. I like that one. Let's see. What do you think? 64 or not. Oh, now there we go. I like something you can trust once in a while. Yep, that one I'll pop up to here with a couple there. I need to check for repunchment marks, but this one, 1941 out of Denver. Nice. Okay, so we have finished off this box on it. I believe we have 20 or maybe a little bit more, maybe 21 finds, which is always a good mark. Let's come back, do a quick summarization, and then we'll look at our collection books and see if we've got any hole fillers. And we see if we had any, if we actually have any level ups, more or less. Some better looking nickels to put in there. Anyway, for some reason can't speak. We'll get back to you on that in a sec. Okay, so we're here to summarize the finds for this hunt. Batman and myself. Let's go ahead and get started with the oldest Jefferson find of this nickel hunt. In 1839 out of Philadelphia. And I got a couple of 1941s, one out of Philadelphia and one out of Denver. 1947, we actually found all 3 mints. 47 Philadelphia, 47 Denver, and 1947 out of San Francisco. It was awesome. 1948 out of Philadelphia. 2 1949s out of Denver. 1951 out of Philadelphia. 1953 out of Philadelphia. We got 1 1955 out of Denver, and then 2 of each of 1958 and 1959s out of Denver. The big, colossal finds are up here of this hunt, and made it a stellar one. 2 buffalo nickels. First time I've actually found 2 buffalo nickels in a hunt. We've got 1920 up on top there, Philadelphia, and we've got a nickedated 1917 out of Denver, which is somewhat, it is not a semi-key day, but it is not necessarily an unkey date. I don't know how else to put that. little less than a little less than 10 million made of that one. And then we had 2 silver ore nickels, which gets us back on the schneid after the last couple of nickel hunts. A stellar 1942 out of Philadelphia. It's too bad about the black skid marks there. They are not scratches, by the way. And his poor 1945, which I gave a lot of guff to because it's pretty scuzzy, but you know what? It's got a heart of its own. It's a 1945 San Francisco. And nice and bright shinies. 3 of these are from 1965. Barely have seen circulation. And then on one of the last drills, I got a 1964D that hasn't seen a whole lot of circulation too. Too bad that one wasn't a repunch mint mark. No, the ones I find are nasty looking and wouldn't fetch much, but that one would be a good one to find one. Anyway, let us go ahead and get the collection books out and see what's what. Batman's waiting for the finish. Yes, I am. Okay, so I've got the primary collection book out, and we've got 2 spots we're filling on this one, which is awesome. First and foremost, before I forget, I actually have this one. That was the one I found a couple of hunts ago, and I showed in a short that'll be out tomorrow, which is Thursday. Sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna give it a shot and see what I can get it on a grade. This hole is being filled, and the thing is, I don't think this has really been state, but it's awfully nice. And you know what? Sometimes I like to do things for shits and giggles, so I actually might get this 42p graded. Anyway, it does fill a spot. I've got that spot filled. We already had that. And then, well, she's that lovable, tattered thing that you love more than anything else. And she fills a spot, folks. I am not too proud for that. So take a look at it. We got this one and this one are the only 2 silver ore nickels that are missing now. And if this one is filled, we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 and 10. So 10 spots to fill in the primary. I'm pretty darn happy about that. Secondary, a lot of spots are going to get filled in the secondary one. Let me pop this down. Excuse me, Batman. Didn't mean to hit you. So you can see that, I'm not that far behind on the secondary too, but here are the spots that are getting filled. 1951 Philadelphia is getting filled. 1949D is getting filled. Is there anything else up here? Yep. This one right here. 1947D. Remember, we got all those. Actually, I take that back. These are getting updated up here. Forgot to put an up there on that one. The only one that did not get updated that I had found was a 47S. And then over here, one I did not show you because it was in the 60s. That gets filled as well. And I believe we've got, for some reason I was thinking one more, but maybe I'm just being crazy. Anyway, that one's getting filled up pretty quick too. So the secondary is looking good. So, anyway, one of the best hunts ever. 1 nickel box, 20 fines, and 4 were above board fines. And I hope you enjoyed that hunt. I enjoyed it immensely. I know these can take a little bit of while, and I'm not a very quick on the cadence when I talk, but anyway. I know it's hard to get through all of these, but we'll do another hunt pretty soon. I think actually I've got a PCGS order coming in tomorrow, and that's probably going to be the next video. So anyway, I appreciate your viewing. Like, please. Subscribe if you would like. Don't feel any pressure on that. But let's end it with Batman giving us a little bit of tears here before we leave. So, what did you think about that hunt, Batman? It was nice. I'm Batman, and I fight crime, but when I'm not fighting crime, I'm filling nickels and nickel hunts and penny hunts. All right.